Yo, what's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back with another YouTube video, and this time we're going to try to push to at least 6,600 trophies using what is currently the best RG deck in the game right now. So we're 158th in the world, and you guys can see number one right now is currently using this RG deck. He's actually hiding his deck, but that's what he was using. Codigo, you can see, is using this deck. He's actually tied with number one. They're both using this RG Ghost deck. The only thing that ended up getting nerfed in the deck was the Ewiz, but in my opinion, the Ewiz is still a very much viable card. I think a lot of people weren't sure after the nerf if it was going to be, you know, good still, if it was going to be, you know, one of the best cards in the game still, or above average, and it clearly is still a very good card. It's great to have if you're against Sparky, Inferno Drag, and it still gets a lot of value on defense. Ghost is great after the buff. It can go through the river, allowing you to snipe troops and buildings. Fisherman to activate your King Tower against any ground wing condition. Pull things away from your RG. Maybe they have like a, you know, Hunter, Mini P.E.K.K.A. You can pull that away. And the Heal Spirit still gets so much value even after the two small nerfs it got. For one Elixir, so much value healing up anything. Pair it with the RG and Hunter, really good versus Lava Hound and Balloon. So before we get in the first game, if you guys want to support me, you can use my creator code BOSS. You can use it in any Supercell game. Help support me, help support the channel, and I really appreciate all you guys who do use my code. It means a lot. So let's go ahead and get into the first game. 157th right now. We're going to see if we can, get to at least 6,600. Maybe we'll keep going even after that. We'll see how it goes. And the other thing I like about this deck is, in my opinion, it has a lot of outplay potential. Even though it's not an extremely fast cycle deck, I feel like just with how many strong cards are in the deck, and, you know, kind of like, you know, the Fisherman, Ghost, stuff like that, I feel like even if you do run into kind of a difficult matchup, you have the ability to win if you play really well. For example, if someone has a Barbarian Hut deck, you could outcycle them in single Elixir, because Barbarian Hut decks are often pretty expensive. So this guy's going to go for a log. We can go ahead and cycle Ghost in the back. I think Ghost is a really good starting play. Okay, so he's going to go for a Giant. I guess we can go Hunter. So maybe it's Giant Double Prince. Ooh, it looks like he's going to have the Night Witch. So, yeah, I'll have to see what this is. I mean, it could be Giant Graveyard, but then again, with him having log, I'm not sure. Okay, we're going to have to go for a Ghost. So he's going to get quite a lot of damage, but now at least we know what he's using. I believe this deck that he's using right now is one that was really good in the meta. I believe it was maybe about half a year ago. I'm going to go for a Barbell to kill that. Fisherman will pull the Giant a little later than I would have liked, but at least now we're going to have the King activated. I don't want to RG in front of the Fisherman because I feel like he would defend it quite easily. I'm going to go for a Hunter. Fisherman is going to get some damage, which is really nice. He's going to go for a Fireball. We'll go for a Ghost, and then Ewiz because he just used his Fireball. I'm going to go for an RG Fisherman. Ooh, it sucks that the Fisherman ended up retargeting onto ours, but at least we're going to defend this Giant, and also we're going to end up, I believe, taking his tower. Yeah, we end up taking his tower. We're going to go for a Heal Spirit just to distract that Hunter to make sure it doesn't shoot. And as of right now, things are looking pretty good for us because he still doesn't have our tower. He ends up going for a defensive Giant. Pretty bad play in my opinion. It seemed kind of like a desperation move. And with him having to Fireball our tower still, I think we should end up winning this because Fireball... Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have to Fireball the tower because the Giant ends up taking it. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. But I think we can just go Royal Giant in the pocket, and if it gets 2 hits, we should be able to win. Barbell's distracting, so if he were to go for a Fisherman off to the side, it would have ended up pulling the bar barrel, so we would have won regardless. And that's going to be a good game. Kind of a nice, I guess maybe you could consider it a comeback. I wasn't really sure, you know, what was going to end up happening because at the beginning we took so much damage, but I think we played it out pretty well in double elixir once we figured out what giant deck he was using. And yeah, we did a nice job of distracting his fisherman to make sure it didn't pull our royal giant, excuse me. So we're 130th right now, one game away from 6,600. Let's try to get it right here, right now. And then from there, keep seeing how far we can get. Maybe pretty close to 6,700. We'll see how it goes. And we should find a game pretty quickly. There we go. Got our game versus Nikoko. We'll give him the good luck. We're going to wait like a second or two. If he doesn't do anything, I'll just go for a ghost in the back. He's going to go for an Elixir Golem, so I'm going to go Royal Giant at the bridge in the opposite lane. You always want to pressure opposite lane if someone goes for an Elixir Golem first play. He's going to go for an Inferno Drag, so I'm going to go for an Ewiz. Hopefully able to stun the Inferno Drag. Yeah, it's able to. So this could potentially be tower down in the left lane. We'll have to see. I'm going to go for a Bar Barrel, and then maybe we can go for a Fisherman to pull... Oh, shoot, he's going to have E-Barb, so this is definitely... This definitely means we're going to lose our tower. Okay, now we know what he's using at least, so we know he's using the E-Bar variant with Elixir Golem. Not sure who has the advantage right now in this situation. We, of course, can RG in the pocket, which is really good, but I'm unsure now who has the advantage because, of course, Elixir Golem is very annoying in double elixir, so if this ends up being a long game, I don't know if you guys hear that, but apparently my Alexa got activated. Yeah, that's gonna be GG. I don't think we're stopping that. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, E-Barbs are pretty strong now after their buff, and I think E-Golem in general, I think a couple of you guys asked me to make a video on it. I might, maybe if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll make a E-Golem video soon. Personally, I'm not a fan of it because I think it often relies on like luck and starting hand because you often E-Golem first play when you have it in cycle. But yeah, that was unfortunate. We seem to not really have a great way of taking out his E-Barbs when they were behind the Elixir Golem. Maybe I could have defended it better, not really sure, but it was unfortunate regardless. But here we're in a game versus Lava Hound. This is a really good matchup for us because you have the Hunter, you have the Ewiz, and it's pretty easy to stop the lava pushes. So really nice heal spirit there, and the Fisherman's going to end up distracting the Mega Minion, so the Hunter stayed alive a little bit longer. I think I'm going to cycle Royal Ghost. I bet you he probably has Barbarians. But I think I'm going to Royal Giant anyway because we have Fireball and cycle. So we'll see. Ooh, it looks like he's got guards, so we can definitely just go for a Bar Barrel. This matchup is so easy for us, knowing that he has guards. There's really, I think, no way he can win this matchup. He's, yeah, going to give up. Lava Hound, easy matchup. You can see why. Especially if they have guards, it's even easier because... I mean, you have Bar Barrel, Ghost, and the Ghost and Bar Barrel wreck, you know, the guards really easily. So even though we got destroyed our last game, we ended up destroying this guy really quickly. And once again, same situation, one game away from 6,600. So let's try to get it right here. And, I mean, hopefully, I mean, if I do verse Elixir Golem, I'll defend it better this time. I'm sure you can win against Elixir Golem E-Barbs, but it's a matchup I'm sure that will take a little bit of practice just to figure out how you want to play it. And maybe more opposite lane pressure would have been the play in the game before. Like maybe when he went Elixir Golem in the back, I should have just RG'd going for the King Tower to force Elixir out of him so he couldn't support his E-Golem. But I don't know. Anyway, well, next time I run into that situation, I'll try that out and see if it works. So here we go. We're going to wait a little bit. If he doesn't do anything, I'll just cycle a Bar Barrel. It's an okay starting blow. Okay, so they're going to have a Tombstone. Hoping it's Lava again, because that would be great for us, but it looks like Valk, so maybe it's Graveyard. Fireball's going to come out. I mean, it could just be Lava with Valk, potentially, instead of, like, the Barbarians. I'm not really sure. I'm going to go for a Bar Barrel. He's got Baby Dragon. I'm thinking about what I want to do here. I might just go for an RG because I feel like it's looking like Lava, and Lava's so easy for me to defend. It's okay to be aggressive. Because he's got the Inferno Drag, that's very good for me because we have the Ewiz, and Ewiz is great at dealing with the Inferno Drag, but really, really nice Fireball on his end. He's going to be able to take out the Ewiz, which will allow the Inferno Drag to get a little bit of damage because I don't want to cycle my Hunter on it, because if I were to do that, I wouldn't have anything in cycle for the Lava Hound. Oh, wow, he's got a... interesting. So he might not even have Lava Hound Tornado. Very, very interesting, the variant he has. I'm going to go for an RG. I'm going to go for an Ewiz. Oh, and look at that. Look at that. The Ewiz is going to stay behind, not end up getting killed by the Valk. So a really nice amount of damage for us. And he is going to have Graveyard. So that was my initial thought. I thought at the beginning, you know, maybe he has Graveyard, and that's what it's looking like. I mean, what do I mean that's what it's looking like? That's obviously what he has. But it's strange because he has the Zap too, and Zap usually isn't paired with Graveyard. So that's why I then thought it was Lava Hound, but, you know, then I saw the Tornado. So I was just ultimately pretty confused, but now we actually know what his win condition is. And because we defended that Graveyard pretty nicely, we got a nice counter push. So I'm going to do this to reset the Inferno Drag. He's going to Tornado this back, but the RG should get a couple hits in beforehand since he just used up all of his Elixir. And now he has time for one more Graveyard, and if he doesn't end up getting it off, it's going to be GG, because Fireball will finish off the game. So that's going to be GG. A very interesting deck on his end. Don't normally see Valk in Graveyard decks. Normally it's always Knight now because of how strong Knight is, how tanky it is for 3 Elixir, but it was definitely interesting to see him use that variant. So 6,600, 112th in the world. I think we'll go for 1 or 2 more games. Let's go ahead and search for the next game and try to get as close as we can to 6,700. And I also don't think I mentioned this, but right now I'm 8-1 in a Grand Challenge using a 2.4 Minor Wallbreaker cycle deck. I was kind of inspired by doing this because Lapokati and Oyasu, if you guys know who those two players are. Lapokati, you know, obviously known for being really, really good with Mortar and cycle decks in general, and Oyasu with 2.6. They both won a Grand Challenge with a 2.4 Minor Wallbreaker cycle deck. I'm currently 8-1 in a Grand Challenge with it, and what I'm probably going to do is try to record getting 12 wins with it, so hope you guys would be excited about that. I think it would be pretty cool. Obviously, a 2.4 cycle deck isn't good in the meta, but it would be kind of for the content, you know? Seeing if I can get 12 wins with a 2.4 cycle deck. Anyway, we'll go for a Bar Barrel. It's gonna have archers, so it could be Expo, but it also, you know what it could also be? It could also be Hog EQ. Hog EQ is used a lot in the meta as well, but with him having Ice Golem, it's for sure looking like it's Expo. Because Hog EQ would have Knight for sure. It would not have Ice Golem. And at this point, I don't know what it is. It could be Royal Hogs, though. Oh, he is going to have Hog. Well, then. I was wrong. I'm going to RG, counter push off of this Hog, because we have the Hunter down, the Ghost down. You know, ultimately a pretty good counter push for us, so we're going to try to take advantage of it. I'm going to go ahead and fireball the archers, and... Ooh, I should have played a Heal Spirit with that. Yeah, the RG would have gotten another shot. Not good, you know, reaction time on my end, or just me not paying attention in general, because if I played a Heal Spirit, it might seem small and insignificant, but RG, you know, deals like 350 damage. That could have been very useful to get that extra RG shot, so should have been paying attention there, playing the Heal Spirit to connect to the Ice Golem, healing up the RG. And he's going to go ahead and... Let me see if I can keep this E-Wiz alive. Ooh, that worked out perfectly. We'll go for a bar barrel. I'm going to RG in the back. Whenever you're against a building, RG in the back is usually the play. If he goes for a hog, I'll fisherman. I'm going to do this to try to distract the bomb tower. He doesn't have bomb tower in rotation. Let's see if we can end up defending this Hog Rider. Ooh, this is going to be really close, guys. Really, really close. Let's go. We ended up getting the win. If he played 2 more cards, or maybe even 1 more, he would have been back to Earthquake. So I knew that was kind of going to be a rush. But we managed to win, and you guys saw how close that was. If I played that Heal Spirit on the RG and allowing it to get an extra hit or 2, the game may have not been so close. That's why small things like that, you know, even, you know, no matter how good you are, it's always good to try to remember that for next time, so you're in that situation, you don't make the same mistake again. So 66-39 right now, 65th in the world. Let's go. You know, really nice, you know, climb, because I think we started at being like 150th or something. So this will be the last game. If we win this, it might put us in the top 50. So let's go, yeah, for one last game. Luckily, we haven't been running into any Bard Putt decks, so that's been very helpful for us, because Bard Putt, of course, can be difficult to break through. Same with recruits. I think those are the 2 toughest matchups you could run into. And also Icepo. I think a good Icepo player, it's really difficult to beat them, because they can defensive Expo and go for Teslas, and your Fireball doesn't get too much value, and they're really good at like playing perfectly, making no mistakes, and they don't even need an offensive Expo, they can just play defense. But those are the hardest ones, I would say. But even those matchups you can win. So we'll go for a barbell. He's gonna go archers. Since he might have hog, I want to save my fisherman. He might also have Expo as well, so we'll have to see. He's going to go for a Mega Minion. Mega Minion? Could be... I guess it could still be Hog. You know, at this point, I don't think it's Hog. Ah, so it's gonna be graveyard. Okay. I'm gonna E-Wiz in this lane. I don't really want to RG in the opposite lane until I know what... Oh, no. I think the balloon is gonna get a connection. Yeah, it barely gets... Ooh, bad freeze. The freeze didn't end up doing anything for him. And actually, we're right back in this. Look at how much damage we got in the left lane. The other thing is I think we're up Elixir as well. And you know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to catch him off guard right now. I'm going to go for an RG, and then I'm going to E-Wiz. Because I think he's got Inferno Drag. Or maybe he doesn't? I guess usually Bowler Loon Freeze has Inferno Drag, but he's got a little bit of a different variant, so I guess he just has Archers and Mega Minion as his air counters. Luckily, we know he's got Balloon now, so shutting down his balloon pushes won't be as difficult, I don't think. He's going to freeze again. Another, I would say, a bad freeze, but at least this time he's going to get death damage on, yeah, the E-Wiz and the Hunter, so I guess it wasn't horrible, but I definitely think he was trying to get the balloon to the tower, and he didn't end up making that happen, so... Okay, we're going to play a high Hunter because he won't be able to freeze the Hunter and the tower. And that balloon will not get a connection once again. I'm curious what he's going to do here. He's, yeah, probably going to Bar Barrel, so I played the Heal Spirit further back, which is good. I'm going to go ahead and very shortly Fireball the tower because I just want to make sure we sealed, you know, at least a tower, putting us in a, you know, 2-tower situation. But the thing is, he won't be able to stop this RG now because he spent all of his Elixir on offense. No way he can get a 3-crown because Lumberjack's dead. Balloon would have to get, like, what, 5 hits? So that's going to be a good game. Really easy win. I think that's for sure a good matchup for us because he didn't have Inferno Drag. He didn't have Tornado. I feel like there's really no reliable way for him to stop our RGs because we can Fisherman away the Lumberjack, which is his only high DPS card. And overall, really easy for us. Putting us 42nd in the world, so really nice push. And yeah, as I said, you know, best RG deck right now in the meta for sure. I think it's potentially even the best deck in the meta. Top 3 at the very least, because as I said, number 1 and number 2 are using this deck right now. Of course, it's early season, so anything could change. People could use decks that end up being better than it or counter it, but as of right now, looking like it's still going to be very good in this meta like it was last meta. So that's going to be it for the video. Make sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if not subscribed already. Let me know other decks you guys want me to use on ladder. Also, this is the 2.4 Minor Wallbreaker cycle deck I was talking about. You can see 8-1 in a grand challenge with it right now. We'll see if I can end up getting 12 wins. If I do, I'll upload a video on it, but of course it's going to be hard because the last few games are the hardest. But I'll do my best. That's going to be it for the video. Thanks again. Until next time, guys.